Let's do Shey and Zarzuckett. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have Honor Lion versus Crane. Just updating the info real quick. So this is round 2. Apparently, Kim Jong-un is either dead or in a vegetative state. Is the latest news. Yeah, I mean, well, nobody really knows for sure, but a lot of people are reporting different things. I think Korea says that. Let's see, who said? Hong Kong said he was dead. Japan said that he was in a vegetative state, and then China's sending people over there now to figure out what's going on, because no one actually knows what's going on. Where did I hear this? This is all over Twitter right now, all over the news. All right, so we're gonna see an air conflict here. It's into the Forbidden City. The Kami Unleashed gets Kakita dojoed and is unable to trigger itself, so that was actually kind of a waste of a Kami there for Shey. But he does still get the win and the air ring, so that's +3 honor for him. Here's an attack on Shey from display with his Brash Samurai. He's going to stay neutral, but this Samurai of Integrity is going to go ahead and get honored here. Yeah, Reuters is also reporting on it right now. Basically, we just don't know what's actually happening. Does he have a son? I think he does. Alright, so Zarzuckett right now actually pushing to get this watering going so he can get the second conflict. Bonsai here to put the Brash Samurai up 6-5. We'll see if Shey actually plays something here. Yeah, there's a way the line here. That'll put him over. Zarzukkett's going to go ahead and pass. So Shey will get another honor here, +1 more for the Samurai of Integrity leaving. If he could have got that Kami Unleashed off, that would have been pretty sick, right? But Kakita Dojo definitely really stymieing that effect. Why bid to win the Dazzling Duel? I don't know. Good question. Was it actually the Dazzling Duel? Yeah, I don't know. I guess he just didn't use it. Yeah, well, I mean, canceling the ring claim is huge, but also at the same time, you know, like, if you're going to give your opponent honor, it's still the same effect, right? So, like, he's going for the air ring so he can gain 2 honor, and all you're doing, I guess, is sort of sacrificing your own honor. I don't know. Yeah, I guess story defeat is definitely possible. Shey's still bidding 2 here. Hello, Jason. Oh, sorry. Hello, Pickle. How are you? Alright, so Shey choosing to go for the Omoidasu here with this Spectral Visitation. I guess he didn't really have a ton of options, right? Hall of Victory staying in play here. Okay, so he used the court games to go ahead and honor himself, and then use the counter court games, which actually lets the Omoidasu trigger. So Omoidasu paying dividends here. I guess he mostly just wanted that break. But, okay. And here's a Noble Sacrifice coming out to Terry. So, unfortunate for Shey there. Not, you know, raw buying to Terry, not exactly what you want to be seeing, but at the same time, I think anything he would have bought in the situation would have got bridged. So, you live with it. Meanwhile, Shey's going to continue to hammer in these air rings. I think if I were Shey, I maybe would have considered going for the water ring instead. That way, you can potentially sneak in a second conflict with the Omoidasu. But you know, if you win this ring, that's a nice fat 3 honor gain for you, right? Put you at 18. Not too bad. And we're going to see a Kami Unleash come in too. So that's actually going to be 5 honor gain. Okay. And since there's no defenders, we can't use the Kakita Dojo. Shey going to go ahead and Bushido adherent the Kami Unleashed. Okay. I really hate this card. You know, it's honoring somebody is definitely what you want in this kind of deck, but one of the big things that I find about the honor deck is that a lot of times it kind of wins games because of the fact that your opponent's hand gets choked out because they're not able to bid high because they want you to you know, they don't want to, how you put it, They don't want to give you honor. But the Bushido adherent is sort of flying in the face of that by giving your opponent cards. But it's still pretty good result for Shey here. It's going to be 20 honor for him. And now Zarzuckett choosing to go in and attack the Shameful Display. He's going to be able to honor this Brash Samurai and break it. He will get this Earth Ring as well, unless there's something that Shey can do here to stop this, which I don't think that this deck has anything to prevent this kind of interaction. Alright, so Call to War here will save the Bushido adherent. And then Zarzuckett choosing not to put a fate on this Brash Samurai. So this Brash Samurai is going to die. I don't know why it said Spectral Visitation returns to the bottom of the deck. I guess that's just the blanket term for anything that comes out of Spectral Visitation. Sick flop here for Shey. This Chronicler doesn't do anything, but we do have the Spirit Caller, and we do have this Hero of Three Trees, so Shey going first. Can he win the game here? If he attacks with the Bushido Adherent and the Hero of Three Trees, go air, and Spirit Call to Turi. It's not quite enough. Well, actually, it would be enough because he can honor the Tetsuri with the Bushido Adherent, so that's 6 honor gain. Now here's Yoshi. So yeah, I definitely think I think depending on what province Shey hits here, he can definitely just win the game on the spot. So he goes air, send both of these two, leave the Spirit Caller at home, whatever, that's fine. Spirit Call to Turi, Bushido Adherent on Turi, and then that should be 6 honor. Yeah, so Upholding Authority doesn't matter here. What matters, what's going to matter is Zarzuckett needs to have some way to get rid of the honor token that comes out of Turi. That's the only way that he can interact with this, I think. The question is Shey going to remember to honor the Turi? I feel like as Zarzuckett, you need to defend with everything. I still don't think that's enough strength, because you'll put yourself at, what? So you'll be at 7 here. Oh no, you'll be at 5. Okay, so you'll be at 5. Now you called it to Turi. Alright, he's going to do that first. Gain the honor before he plays cards, but not that he can play enough cards anyway for that to matter. I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, so yeah, there are 2 Taturis, in fact. Alright, we're going to see pass. Does Shey see the line? He is taking his time to think. He does have 2 Fate open, so he could potentially have like a Forbearer's Echoes too. If he has that, I think that's probably more advisable to use in this situation. Just in case something happens, that way you still have the Spirit Caller activation left over. He didn't see it! Oh no! And so Shey definitely could have won the game right on that spot. Yeah, oh man, that's rough, that's rough. That's actually kind of not great. So I don't know what you take from this. I guess you take, yeah, you take the command respect, sure, but man, oh man, that was a guaranteed win there. I don't think that Zarzuckett had any way to interact with calling to Turi, honoring him, and then just winning the conflict, right? So I mean, it still puts Shey at 22. So he's definitely not in bad shape, right? And Zarzuckett also can't attack. It'll be very difficult for Zarzuckett to attack military here because you can just Spirit Call into Turi and then use him on defense. But I almost wonder if Shey just doesn't remember that he has the Turis. Yeah, you also could have done the Kami too, as Pickle points out. That's maybe a little looser just because, you know, if Zarzuckett has like Assassinate or something like that, then he can deal with that. But there's zero way for him to interact with the Turi line. Alright, so we see Art of War being attacked on water here. We know that Shey does have the Ready for Battle in hand, so I think just letting this go is not the worst thing in the world. And that way you can draw some cards and, you know, hope that you can get back into it next time. Yoshi will dishonor 2 now. Yes, that is true. So that'll bring Shey actually back down to 20. And now Shey actually is in a situation where he could potentially lose on Stronghold here. So, one thing, the other thing also that Yoshi winning this conflict also means that Shey, or Zarzuckett now has voice turned on. So the Bushido here before was preventing him from using voice. Here's Kaze no Kami, which is actually going to go ahead and bow this Spirit Caller, and I think that's actually game over for Shey now. Oh, he had another Ready for Battle. Okay, he's fine. Sort of. He's not fine, but I think he's maybe fine. Alright, so here's an even the odds to move the Bushido here and in. We're seeing wait, why are we seeing double defense here? I feel like as Zarzuckett, you can just go ahead and let this one go and then just crack back. So maybe double throw here. Shey through and then Zarzuckett through to counter that. We're gonna see Spirit Caller train. Okay. What are we trying to accomplish here? I'm trying to see the line, and I'm not sure that I see it. Alright, so he just wanted to bring back this other hero 3 trees. Okay. Seems like a lot of hoops to jump through for not much. Festival, maybe? Yeah, I guess you could festival. You would have to do it now. Here's a court games. All right, so now voice is off if voice exists. We already know that he drew one ready for battle and a court games off of the whatchamacallit, the Art of War, right? So there's a Soul Beyond Reproach. This still puts him one short. So where's he gonna get the other honor from? Mark of Shame comes out on this hero 3 trees. Okay, so that keeps Shey off of 24, but it'll put him down to 22 at the end of this turn, and his board is looking kind of rough with Zarzuckett being able to go first here onto the Stronghold. Another Spirit Caller comes out for Shey. He does have 10 fates, so I think he just has to buy out everything here. There's not a lot of stuff for Zarzuckett necessarily, although he does have the Season of War. So actually, I wonder if you consider doing Season of War here. He's going to play the Dazzling Duelist instead, so Spirit Caller, Mozo, and Samurai of Integrity should be enough to allow you to survive, maybe. Depending on what's under Shey's box, right? If it's a dishonorable assault, then he should have enough to survive. Zarzuckett not able to buy anything else, so he goes ahead and passes. He values the dojo too much, sure. Alright, how can Shey generate this much honor? In one turn. Okay, so if he defends here, so say he defends with these two, that's 6. So he's not winning yet. He's going to have to Spirit Call something in here. But then all this stuff is going to get dishonored in the process. And this also assumes that Zarzuckett doesn't have any other cards in his hand too. He gets a call to war. That's not particularly useful in this situation. Dazzling Duelist actually, if big enough, can get to a point where he can bow out this Mozo, or the Samurai of Integrity. Alright, we're going to see Return to the Fence. Okay. So, that's a free honor effect on Yoshi here. I mean, I feel like this has to be it, right? Because there's no way for you to eject Yoshi from this conflict. And there's just too much political stat for you to deal with. I don't think that you could present enough of a threat to stop the break. So you Spirit Call in the Bushido Adherent. I don't know what that accomplishes for you exactly. Like the most source of stats that you would have had in this conflict would have been Spirit Call to Turi, and then Honor him. Now using the Bushido Adherent, I guess if you have no other way to honor yourself, then this is probably the most you have raw. So you can do Bushido Adherent and to honor somebody else, and that's +4 total political stat. But like you were just hurting so bad. And yeah, there's the Kakita Dojo duel on this Bushido Adherent, so it's gonna get blanked. I think if you're Shey, you have to go ahead and bid to win it, right? Yeah, okay. So draw. He's going to honor Mozo, and that stops the win, but it could have also drawn Zar the card he needs to win the conflict. So, yeah, Court Games will do it, Marcus Shame will do it, Miyako will do it. And yeah, so that's it. So, Shey, man, we're going to have to talk about this one because you definitely had the lethal on the board, and you might have missed it. But hopefully you go back and watch this and you learn from your mistakes and move on from there. So we'll go ahead and move on as well to a different game. Let's see what we have available right now. We have some more line action. Lots of lion action actually left over. So we did Mosey already for a full game. Let's do. Let's go ahead and do Auric here. Or actually, let's see. This is the winner. So. All right. I will have to zoom out for this game. There's some crab stuff going on here versus a lion Tawa. Watch Medallia? No, because that's also we just watched that matchup last time. So sorry, Pickle, we are not watching. We're not watching your British friends. All right, so two breaks here for Will Harrison. He is up against the wall deck, looks like. So we see the Shihobu, we see this giant Satori. So this is pretty much standard old crab, I guess, with some new flavor. He's down to 3 honor though. I don't know how he got to this point exactly, but whatever the case is, he can't really bid anymore. Neither can Will Harrison. Will Harrison now running these Ashigaru levies as well. Alright, so we have Casada on the other side for Crab. Casada definitely kind of easy to burn here because you have the Agatoki action, which is actually pretty useful. Well, no, you don't want to burn that because you want to use that for the talisman, right? His walls will never be as wide as that Motso. How big is the Motso? 1714? That is thick indeed. But I mean, the Satori is also pretty big too, right? Oh no, he's 8'2". All right, so he's basically just like a slightly bigger Casada. More that he's taking almost as much table width as the provinces. Look, he is out here. He is thick. And he is proud. He is the thick king, as some would say. And so he has to defend with his entire board, and he's not even matching stats with them on political. Or I guess he's he's defending. Okay, where's this Okay, we're attacking a folding. I guess when you only have one card in hand, then it's really not that big of a deal to attack a folding. Alright, so the Tactical Ingenuity is going to burn the Casada action here. Upholding is breaking. And we're going to see a Disciple of Shinsei come into the conflict. How? What? Where did this guy come from? Oh, because of the red wall thing. Is there in-service? No, there are no in-services in the discard currently. And we're going to see Sharpen the Mind here. 4 cards in hand for Takeru. So, could potentially have some answers available, although it's not often that Crab has political pump. Alright, but he does find the Ornate Fan, so we're not going to break here, but we are going to get the win on air. That's going to take Takeru down to 2 honor, which is actually pretty dangerous for him because he needs to have a common cause here, otherwise he's going to eat this unopposed. It's probably going to be unopposed fire. Yeah, so there's common cause. We're going to ready the Shihobu. And then as Takeru, you can't really attack here. I think you just need to chill because otherwise, if you attack, then that opens you up to being dishonored, right? But if you don't attack, then you should be able to defend with Shihobu against this military attack from Harrison, which you need to absolutely stop because no, actually no, you can't defend. There's no way you can win the military attack because he's just going to favor Mount and Fan Commanding, right? And then he's going to go, most likely going to go, I guess he can go air or fire, or not air, sorry. He can go earth or fire. I think if you go fire here, Oh wow. Reveals Midnight Rebels, so Shehoba's just going to bow. So this is going to be GG right here. So I guess we know that there. I think there's a reprieve, right? We saw two reprieves. There might be a third reprieve. I feel like we saw one earlier, but I might have just missed it. So Rebels definitely sucks, but I don't think it matters because right now, Will Harrison can just do a military attack at upholding. Do fire, and then move in Mozo and stand him up. You can't defend that. And then you just dishonor something else. So that you have to have two reprieves in this situation. You have to have the reprieve that saves Satori plus whoever else gets dishonored by this fire ring. Another common cause. He could have another common cause, but it looks like he doesn't have it because he did not play it. He needed to play it beforehand so that way he can save himself from getting taking the unopposed here. Oh, and he still has the red wall conflict. So actually kind of fortunate that you found a Vanguard Warrior. Of all things to find, Vanguard Warrior was definitely the number one thing that he needed from the red wall holding. That's going to allow him to save Satori, and it's going to allow him to not die. So, okay, so he had a rebuild, so that's also going to let him save, I guess, the Yasuki or the Keeper Initiate, either one, whichever the case is. But that also means now that this tower is gone. I think if you are Will Harrison, you want to go ahead and use the Invocation of Ashes now to move these onto Agatoki. Oh no, because you have to remove Fae from him, so don't do that. Don't do that. I would say maybe do one, but so potential comeback here for Will Harrison, but also just to note that as the carry, you are now down to just 2 Dynasty cards. Pitching the policy to bait the Sharpen was a bad call. Yeah, you could have definitely used it to get the rebuild out there. Oh no, never mind. Okay, Season of War right here, so... Alright, we're good. Yeah, I didn't see the Season of War for a second, so we are going to see that happen. We're going to discard. And that'll be the game. So we'll move on to another game and see what's still available currently. Looks like the other line game is available, so we'll go ahead and hop in over there. Alright, never mind, this game just ended, so we'll go ahead and hop over to the other game, which is still going on. So, Jason, you get your wish. Oh, this is too much. Oh no, this is fine actually. More of a request. Well, request granted, Pickle. You've been on good behavior today. Alright, so Medallia this time faring a little bit better than Mosey did. He's not dead, so that's definitely a plus. Looks like... What happened to the Cunning Magistrates? It looks like only one has been seen so far. Oh no, two have been seen, and the other one is hiding somewhere. They're down to 1 bits for sure, and now Pugin down to 1 honor. That's an air ring 1 for him, and he needs some way to protect this Governor Spy from leaving play or just get him honored. So there's still a fire ring available, certainly a possibility. Kamikaze here, already the Shrudyaski. Almost would have maybe not done that. Just so that way you have something like beefy to defend against a military attack if you choose to do that instead, but yeah, Pugin definitely will stay alive. Because of the Shameless Gossip, at least, right? So there is still that available to him. He can get rid of the Shameless Gossip first, so that way he gains the honor, and then he doesn't get dishonored. And this is the attack at box too. So 4 to 13. Actually, maybe I didn't realize that he was already on box. So this is actually kind of bad. Court games here to honor a character. Cleaning Wasteland still breaking here, and he's out of cards. So actually, I think that is in fact GG. See, I have a mention from someone. And yeah, that is in fact GG. So another crab defeated at the hands of Pugin. Zachary Lowe, our second place finisher at Worlds last year. And so with that, I think that is the last game that is currently running for this side of the bracket. So we'll go ahead and take the lunch break now.